What's up YouTube? Gemini Johnny back again with another compilation of creepy TikToks to make you question everything. Be sure and join me at 4:15 p.m. PST every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday for a brand new video. And if you're a member of the channel, you get an extra one on Mondays. Same time, same place. Obviously. Merch shop is live. You can go check it out. You guys know how that works. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, welcome and thank you for watching. If this is not one of your first time watching one of my videos, make sure you're subscribed. I'm still at like 60% subscription rate for people that are watching my videos, which is crazy, but sub up. Thanks. All right, without further ado, let's jump right in.
Josephine Rosenthal's head.
Ugh.
The mummified head of the first nun ever recorded to be possessed. The blood and skin have been analyzed and found to contain unique genetic traits. They were attributed to a rare lineage. Both Josephine and her mother were hermaphrodites, able to spontaneously self-impregnate and give birth to children, although the condition would eventually kill them both.
What? How the no, is that real? There's somebody on Twitter called the Fake History Hunter. They said that the story isn't true. This impressive object was created by London artist Alex C.F., who also made up the story. All right. I was about to say, that is some trippy stuff to have never heard of that. But okay, it's an art piece, so let's move on.
Have you ever seen the dark, demonic-looking statue that's inside of the Vatican? It's called the Resurrection, and it is a surrealist and modernized interpretation of Jesus rising from the crater of a nuclear apocalypse. And it is supposed to represent the second coming of Jesus Christ and the fatalistic and ominous connotations of that event. However, this same statue is situated at the most prominent point within Vatican City's Audience Hall, which is a building that just so happens to have its interior design shaped exactly like a serpent's head, with two windows that resemble slit-shaped reptilian eyes and two pillar structures surrounding both the Pope's seat and the huge demonic statue that look exactly like the fangs of a snake. The tiles on the walls and the ceiling design are also strangely reminiscent of the texture of a snake's skin. But it gets even crazier when you begin flipping and mirroring the images of the supposed Jesus statue. If you mirror the left side of the sculpture, you get what clearly looks like the head of Baphomet, with a demonic Luciferian humanoid creature that also closely resembles the traditional gray alien standing on top of it, almost as if conducting and controlling the head of the beast. If you decide to mirror the right side of the sculpture, you'll get an equally disturbing result, which is a strange demonic hammerhead humanoid creature with large wings emanating from its back and a swarm of bats surrounding its body.
Yeah, I'll give it to him. That statue is weird. Some of you guys know my theories on, like, I think all the religions are probably mostly right. They just got some stuff wrong. In line with that thinking, I think that at some point in history, I have no evidence of it, but I'm sure in like my heart of hearts, I know some point in history, the people that were in power mistranslated the words of the Bible and other holy texts to match whatever political points or issues that they were trying to deal with in their day. So my opinion is that we probably don't have the original texts of the holy books, whatever holy book you want to talk about. I don't think any of them are what they originally were. I think they've probably been accidentally misinterpreted over the years to shape things as the people who were interpreting them wanted them to be shaped. Now all that being said, it does make me wonder, like, what if we have everything wrong? What if we have it all wrong? And like, it is a bad versus evil, but the evil are actually the good and the good are actually the evil. And if that's the case, maybe snakes are good and these people are good. I don't know. I know it's a huge stretch I'm making right now, but fun to think about.
Have you ever heard the forbidden secrets of Vatican? Exorcists and demons. In 2010, Reverend Gabriel Morth made a shocking accusation that he believed the devil resided in the Vatican itself. The Reverend was 85 years old in 2010. For 25 years before that, he was the main exorcist of the Vatican, a position that most people may not realize. In all these years, Gabriel Morth has handled 70,000 cases of demonic possession, which is a staggering and unbelievable number. He restrains people with ropes tied to their beds, then recites prayers to expel demonic entities from their bodies. It was a big shock because you would think that with so many exorcisms we would hear something about in the news. However, these demonic possessions were almost completely covered up by the church. Most people had never even heard of the official Exorcist Association, a club of priests assigned to the mission to defeat the devil. According to Gabriel Morth said in an interview with the Italian newspaper La Repubblica that the devil is invincible, explaining that the devil can be hidden, speak many different languages and can transform sometimes spirit items, needs 6 or 7 assistants, just to keep the possessed man in bed, while he vomits nails and glass shards. About the devil is in the Vatican, the priest said that the evidence is everywhere. He looks, although he does not mention any names, he says that the work of the devil is obvious for Vatican. He believes that cardinals have no faith in Jesus Christ, bishops have covenants with Satan, and all evil and corrupt races within the walls of the Vatican itself. Now what do you think?
He said it, not me. Don't come at me. I didn't say that. That was that priest. The dude has got all the accolades for being an exorcist. Wasn't me. All right. But real quick, one of those things did kind of, he said he's done 70,000, 70,000. I just want to see something. 70,000 divided by 365. Just for reference, if you did one exorcism a day, every single day, it would take you 191.78 years, almost 192 years to do 70,000 exorcisms. So I don't know where they got that number from, but that might sound a little high. I'm trying to think, even if he did like multiple a day, you'd have to do like 4 a day for 40 years to hit that many. Every single day you're doing 4 to 5 exorcisms? All right, maybe the dude did go a little crazy.
Why are there 6 million bodies beneath the city of Paris? It's because in the 18th century, the graveyards in France were overflowing with bodies, and King Louis XVI needed a plan to organize this. So he arranged the construction of the catacombs. This is a whole second city underneath Paris. It's believed that the catacombs are over 350 kilometers long and are a complex maze of tunnels and corridors. You could imagine that getting lost in here would mean death, and it does. A hotel doorkeeper named Philibert Aspard stumbled into the catacombs and explored them a little bit, but when his single candle went out, he was surrounded by nothing but darkness and bones. His body was found 11 years later, and he was only identified because of the keys that he carried during his lifetime. There's also this video of a man exploring the catacombs when he suddenly drops his camera and starts sprinting away, which means either he got lost or he wasn't alone down there. Regardless, he was never seen again, and nobody knows what happened to him. And now you know.
Yeah, we've seen the catacombs on this channel a few times before. Yeah, they're probably haunted. I mean, there's, 6 million people's bones down there that were disturbed after they were laid to rest. So pretty good chance of a place like that being haunted. That being said, it's dangerous for a number of reasons that aren't paranormal. Like, you don't know who's down there. It's like 250 kilometers. I don't know what that is in real measurements, but I know it's a long ways. And I've heard stories of like unhoused people living down there. Look, if you're up to some shady stuff, you don't want anybody seeing you doing what you're doing, 250 miles of dark caves covered with bones might be the place to do it. That's all I'm saying. There's been stories of like people going down there on a like tour or whatever and then just never coming back. And there's theories that people are setting up these tours and then taking people down there, robbing them and killing them. So, I would like to check out the catacombs someday, but I'm gonna need like 3 GPS location trackers on me and a team of about 30 people, and everybody has a camera.
A man hired a hitman to kill his wife, but she ended up killing the hitman with her bare hands. On September the 6th, 2006, Susan Kuhnhausen had a busy shift as an A&E nurse. As she got back to her home in southeast Portland, she saw that a note had been left for her from her husband, Mike. The pair had been married for 18 years, and he left the note to say that he was off to the beach. The 51-year-old then went upstairs when she was met with a terrifying attack. A stranger was hiding behind her door and jumped out and started attacking her with a hammer. Susan had no idea this man was Edward Haffey, who was a hitman hired by her husband to kill her. The 59-year-old criminal had been paid $50,000 to kill Susan. Luckily, due to her training as an A&E nurse, Susan was no stranger to self-defense. She dived at the man, tackling him against the wall. She described her adrenaline going into overdrive, and she knew this was a fight for her life. She wrestled the hammer off him and struck him in the head. She screamed at him, asking who sent him, but he wouldn't reply. She ended up grabbing him by the throat and strangling him. She then describes panicking and running to try and escape. However, as she tried to flee the house, Edward grabbed her again and started punching her in the face. She decided to bite him in the arm in case she died so that he would be linked to the crime. Luckily though, she managed to get him in a chokehold and eventually he went floppy. She grabbed the hammer and ran to her neighbour's house. It was there that she rang police, and obviously when they arrived at her house, they found the body of Edward Haffey. Police also discovered his daily planner, and in it was a note saying call Mike, and Susan's husband's phone number. It transpired that the two knew each other and they were actually colleagues. A week after the attempted murder, police found Mike hiding out in Oregon. The next day, Susan filed for divorce. In 2007, Michael pleaded guilty to soliciting a murder-for-hire plot against his wife. Shockingly, he was only given 7 years in prison.
Well, you can't do that. Doesn't a divorce just seem easier? You don't gotta involve a third party and a weapon and just get divorced, bro. Ugh, so dumb. Shout out to her. She kicked that dude's ass. Messed him up pretty good. If you're wondering, an A&E nurse is an accident and emergency nurse. I've never heard that term, but it's like an emergency room nurse, basically. So if you were curious, I had to look it up. But what kind of training do you get as an A&E nurse? Do they give you self-defense training? I guess you're dealing with people that are like real messed up, so you never know what could happen. So maybe they do.
This is what touches your foot when you're swimming.
Nope. And that's why I don't get in the ocean. Ugh. Too many creepy crawlies or bitey bites or grabby grabbies. I don't know. What octopus. Dog, if an octopus grabbed me, They're too damn smart, man. Octopus are the aliens. Octopi.
How does a young woman go from looking like this to looking like this?
Dang.
This is the disturbing case of Rhoda Derry. At age 16, Rhoda fell in love with the boy next door. His name was Charles Phoenix. Now, Rhoda came from a poor farming family, while Charles came from a really wealthy family. When the pair started to talk about marriage, Charles's mother was determined to break them up. So one day, she approached Rhoda. She told her that if you don't leave my son alone, I'm going to put a curse on you. No one could have predicted just how traumatic this exchange would be for Rhoda. Like, it would cause her to have a complete mental breakdown. She told her family that she believed she was being haunted by a demon called Old Scratch. Now, her family struggled to contain her outbursts, and very soon they had to commit her. Warning, what happened to Rhoda is very disturbing, and so if you'd rather not know, this is your chance to scroll away. When they committed her to the asylum, Rhoda was placed into this box. She would remain in this contraption for decades. You see those holes in the bottom? Those were designed so that her feces could fall through. Now, reports from the time indicated that Rhonda received food and water, but really no other treatment or care. Conditions were so bad that other vermin, such as rats, had set up their home inside her bunk. After a couple of decades, she was eventually moved to a new hospital. There she was placed under the care of a doctor named George Zeller. When he discovered what had happened, he vowed that she would never be treated like that again. She was given proper care and was now sleeping in a bed. On October the 9th, 1906, at the age of 71, Rhoda passed away. She was buried on the grounds of the asylum with this tombstone placed on it. It reads, "They built this place of asylum so that no other human would suffer." If you find stories about real life people interesting, remember to follow 7 Sin Crimes.
I want to go back and read that. They built this place of asylum so that no other human would suffer as you. You taught us to love and feel compassion towards the less fortunate. May you find peace and warmth in God's arms. God, how horrible, man. A lot of times you'll have these conversations of like, would you rather go to the past or the future? And like, I am so thankful to be alive right now. Like, in this day and age, there's no chance I would want to go to the past. We live in a day and age where they take mental health seriously and they don't throw you in a literal box. Oh my God, it made me so sad. She fell into hysterics, so we had to put her in a box. Like, what the what kind of treatment is that, dude? She's got a little case of hysteria. This is being a woman, you see?
What would you do if this happened to you?
Are you okay? Yeah. Okay. How can I get you help?
Just don't tell anybody.
Well, how are you gonna get out? I have to tell someone that we're in here so you can get out. No. Can you see my phone flashlight?
Yeah.
Can you stick your hand up? I don't see you.
I'm stuck upside down.
Bro said I'm stuck upside down. He's lucky he didn't get stuck in there and be like that one dude in that chimney that one time that went missing for like 10 years and then they found his ass in that abandoned house. Oh my God. I don't know if it was 10 years actually, but that's terrifying. Why would you get in a trash chute? Hey, I'm not kink shaming. Whatever you're into, bro. As long as it ain't, as long as it's all consensual and ain't doing anything illegal, whatever. I'm not one to judge, but sounded pretty judgy, didn't it?
Have you ever wondered how accurate police sketches are? I'm going to show you someone who committed a crime and then a sketch, and we're going to see. And this is a series, so follow along for more. So in 1971, John List annihilated his entire family.
Yes.
John had recently lost his job, but for a while he was pretending that he still had a job. He would leave his house in the mornings, but would spend the whole day just reading and not being at work. He knew his family would eventually catch on, so on November 9th, very slowly and methodically, one by one, he took the lives of his mother, his wife, and all 3 of his children. And then he disappeared to start a new life. That is until 18 years later when Frank Bender, a police sketch artist, debuted this clay bust of what he thought John would look like at this time on America's Most Wanted. He age progressed John 18 years from the last time he had been seen, and he even got his glasses right. The bust was so accurate that a man named Robert Clark would be arrested in Denver because his neighbors called in a tip to the FBI. John had been living under that name for 18 years.
What is living in the Paris catacombs? Did you know that the remains of 6 million people are buried beneath Paris? The Holy Innocent Cemetery in Paris was built in the 12th century, but by the 1700s, it was full and the country needed a place to bury its dead. The bodies were exhumed and moved to the old mining tunnels underneath Paris. The catacombs are 200 miles of old tunnels that Paris was built on top of. Eventually, the bones were organized into elaborate structures structures and decorative features inside the tunnels. However, many people say that you can hear voices echoing about the tunnels at night. But what's more interesting is that the police stumbled upon a full cinema and bar inside the tunnels. But when they came back the next day, everything had vanished. They only found a note left behind that read, "Do not try to find us." That is why many people wonder about.
And that's exactly what I was talking about. They got all kinds of crap going on down there. I imagine, I'm just thinking back to myself and who I was like as a teenager. And if I had the catacombs at my disposal and like near me, I for sure would have thrown a party in the catacombs. 250 kilometers of freaking tunnels, bro. They're never going to find us. I guess the music and lights might give it away. But it'd be fun until they got us, kicked us out.
This video is going to change the way you look at the afterlife. Someone captured the moment a soul left someone's body after they died.
What?
Check it out.
As a life flight helicopter takes off, the patient dies. Watch above the helicopter as it lifts off. Oh, weird. I'm not like a helicopter mechanic or anything. So is it possible that something like air, like, I don't know, gasketed out? I don't even know the words I'm trying to say. But is it possible like a gasket shot air or something? I don't know. Do helicopters have gaskets? They gotta have a gasket, right? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know helicopters that well, so yeah, it was weird looking for sure.
What if Lucifer succeeded in his rebellion? Lucifer was the most beloved of all God's angels. He was the most beautiful, with a voice that could make the heavens weep.
I don't even look like that.
His heart was filled with pride. He believed that God had abandoned humanity, leaving them to suffer on their own. He grew increasingly resentful, and eventually gathered a group of like-minded angels to rebel against God's authority. Azazel, the prince of wrath and anger. Belphegor, the prince of sloth and idleness. Beelzebub, the prince of gluttony and excess. Leviathan, the prince of envy and chaos. Asmodeus, the prince of lust and sexual desires. Mammon, the prince of greed and wealth. The war that ensued was one of the most epic battles in the history of
Well, that was a crappy place for that video to cut off, but that was super interesting. And one might say you could see all of those things playing out in the world. Greed, envy, gluttony, lust and sexual desires. What was the other one? Wrath, idleness. I'd say there's a lot of that going around the world right now.
The man smiling in this photo was arrested after hunting down and brutalizing pedophiles, earning him the nickname, the Alaskan Avenger. As a kid, Jason Vukovic was sexually and physically abused by his stepfather Larry until he ran away from home at the age of 16. Larry was charged with the abuse of a minor but never served any jail time, and as the years passed, Jason grew haunted by his stepfather. He reached a breaking point in 2016 when he decided to use his state sex offender registry to track down criminals, break into their homes, and beat them with a hammer. In 2018, Jason was sentenced to 28 years in prison and has since come out apologizing for his actions. He says that vigilantes have no place in society and warns that just because your past was taken from you, you shouldn't ruin the future that you have ahead.
That's really good advice. Don't let your past ruin your future, man. No matter what circumstances you come from, you gotta be working towards something. You gotta be working towards doing something grander with your life and not throwing it all away because you're mad at your past. I know it's easier said than done sometimes. Yeah, man. Like on one hand, I'm like, yeah, good job that guy, making the world a better place. On the other hand, it's like, that's not his job. What if everybody just decides to start taking justice into their own hands? And everybody's got a different idea of what justice is and what things deserve justice. Now you just got a bunch of people running around beating people with hammers. I don't need that.
Disturbing things caught on dashcam footage. This man was returning home with his car when suddenly...
Nope.
What the fuck? Whoa, 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 get back! What the oh, fuck, what the
Run his ass
This
over,
car was
bro.
certainly not expecting this.
Oh.
Again, another unexpected event on the road.
Oh.
This man was peacefully driving when suddenly...
Oh, dang. Hey, the dude tried to clear it.
Alright, so Reddit user Circlestone says, my aunt is a nurse and told me some stories, but this one stuck with me. There was an old lady who insisted on being strapped down at night in her bed. She told my aunt that there was a dark figure that was trying to grab her and take her out of her room, where she would die. My aunt and other nurses oblige, and for the next few nights she would check on her, and it would look as though someone was trying to pull her from the bed randomly while she slept. My aunt is then off, and whoever is this lady's nurse doesn't strap her down at night. Nurses found the old lady dead, laying on the floor by the door, her hand stretched out past the door and into the hallway.
Ooh.
What's up? These are the most horrifying ways to die. Part 1. Number 1, death by a neutron star. Now you may be wondering, what is a neutron star in the first place? Well, it's basically a star formed after a gravitational collapse of the remnant of a massive star formed after a supernova explosion. And it's got a mass bigger than the sun, and it's about the size of a city. Now, if you ever find yourself in space and end up falling into a neutron star, there are a couple ways you could die, so let me just go ahead and get right into them. Now, most likely, you're probably going to die from radiation, but if the star is smaller or quieter than usual, you may have some free fall time. Alright, so the first way is that if your head was facing the neutron star, you're going to get pulled stronger than if your feet were facing that way, and you're basically going to get pulled swiftly into the star and basically ripped in half. Alright, the last one, you're just going to be stretched until you're a big puddle of human plasma, and you could possibly generate a very lethal gamma radiation that could kill us all. Thanks.
Yo, I was just filming that. Hi. Were you the one talking through this device? Were you answering our questions? Can you do that again? Right now. Yes or no?
Protect yourself.
Protect yourself. From what? Jesus. That? They could do it again.
And in the room.
Oh! The room. You're in this room right now. You. Demonic!
Approachable.
No way. Unapproachable. Right after that.
You can approach us. You can come close to us. You can't harm us or touch us or anything like that. But we would like to see you. People talk about this tall shadow figure. Can you show us that?
This is scary. Dude, we came to the right spot. It was just that gut feeling we all had to come back here. This is like the root of it all, you know?
Yeah.
This is where everybody captures some crazy shit.
I still can't believe that we got that text asking if we ran into the...
After we got that evidence. That is wild.
3.
There's 3 of us.
No.
Are you watching us? Why can't we see you with our own eyes? We know you're around. You just told us, you showed us. So what's next? Unapproachable. I'm in the room. Door! Guys, listen, this is what I was just gonna say. What if we are unapproachable because of this symbol on the door? We're trying to figure out what you were saying. If you're in the door, show us. Correct.
Huh?
No. So I'm not wrong. So you're not able to get to us when we're in this room. Is that why somebody keeps telling us that there's the secret room? They wanted us to be in here to be safe? I'm just guessing, okay? I do not know 100%.
Makes sense though. It kept
Obviously.
saying stay every time the music box was making
That's
us go
right.
that way.
That's true. So somebody's trying to draw us out there. Probably the tall, evil entity. And then somebody else is saying no. It just said Marks. Marks? I don't know. Yeah. Are we right? We could be completely wrong. If you have energy, make that device in the hallway go off right now. I thought it was gonna work. That would have been crazy though.
One beep.
Did you just hear me?
That's up.
I was like, I thought that was gonna... Hidden on my device. This is wild, man. This is actually scary. Why didn't you do anything when we were out there? You were leading us to a specific area. What was it for? We're not going to be spending much more time here. So if you can, show yourself. Make yourself known. We've had a great conversation. If you understand me, any of the patients, this hospital is no longer a hospital. It's an abandoned building that has been shut down for years. So you can leave.
Here I am.
Here I am! No way, you just said, give us a sign.
You are in danger.
You're in danger.
Dude.
We
Don't want to speak.
don't want to speak. We don't want to speak. We don't want to speak. The patients.
Holy dude.
Right.
The patience. Wow.
That's okay. I was just trying to let you know that you do not need to be here anymore. You're free to go.
I'm upset.
I'm upset.
You're in danger, I'm upset.
Or it could be one of the patients. They didn't want to hear that.
If you want to stay, that's totally fine too. We're not telling you that you have to go at all.
We're just giving you that option. Right.
Just like when we started, dude. Whoever's down here is like intelligently communicating with us. That's insane.
Trippy. For sure.
It's your last chance, that evil entity. Where are you? Manifest the energy. Show us where you are.
Oh my god.
Guys? It happened again.
What?
My neck. It happened again. I felt it. I just felt it. It's either I got bit by a spider. No, that's a scratch. You see this? Yeah, guys, that's a scratch. 100%. Did you see that? Did you see what happened?
I saw you.
I was filming you. I was filming you the whole time. You did not touch your neck. Did somebody just hurt me? Bro, those are scratches.
Dude, there's three of them on your neck.
Oh my god, bro. Holy shit, that's worse than I thought.
There's legit 1, 2, 3 little scratches down your neck. It said you're in danger, bro. It literally said that.
And then I'm upset.
Who did that to Ryan? Was that this shadow man or one of the patients?
3 scratches. You're joking, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
Yo, Ryan just got marked by it. Marks! It said marks! And it said scratches!
That gave me the chills.
Bro, same. Yeah. You cannot harm me anymore. I thought we were right. I thought something.
Here it is.
Here it is. Give us a sign. Give us a sign. No. That dark entity. This is your last chance to give us a sign.
Wow.
I got scratched. Oh my god.
That's actually nuts.
I don't know what to do. I think we should go. We might have to. Monster. Dude. Guys, I'm scared. I'm. What was that? What is? Guys, I'm scared. I'm. What was that? What is? Are you filming that one?
That was
that
right behind us.
We caught it. Guys, what the is that growling? You cannot harm us. You must leave us. Should we go, guys?
It might be a good idea.
Yeah, please. We might have to go right now.
Yeah.
Holy why didn't they make the move ahead of time? So we're wrong. They can enter this room. Unless it was something else. Somebody else. Let's go rest, bro.
Red marks.
Oh, no! What the?
That's
oh, no,
weird.
no. Dude, it says red marks. Whoa! That's not real. Let's go, bro. Holy Anger. Guys, we have to go. We have to go. You alright? I'm scared.
We apologize if we upset anybody. We're gonna be making our way out of here now. We appreciate you showing us and talking to us.
I do not want to end this video here. I want to go. I'll end it in the car. I do not give a I do not want to be here. Can we leave now?
Yes.
Feel that. Right. That was crazy. I've never seen somebody have such good communication with the ghost box like that, which does, kind of make me wonder if, it might be faked a little bit. I don't know who those guys are. I don't know if they're known for faking stuff or if they're pretty legit. If you guys know who that team is, it seemed like an paranormal investigator team. So if you know who they are, let me know. I would like to check more of their stuff out and see if they seem like they fake stuff a lot or not. Because the reactions seemed real. Those responses seemed intelligent. They didn't seem like they were acting. Like that was pretty compelling evidence. That was wild. I do wonder if that dude used to be a SoundCloud rapper. There you have it, folks. That is another episode of Creepy TikToks in the books. We did it. We done it. We're doing it some more. If you enjoy this kind of content, be sure and check out the entire playlist in the description below. And don't forget to check out my other series. I do conspiracies. I do Scary Sundays where I read some of the internet's scariest stories. Before you get out of here, drop a like, leave a comment, let me know which one of these videos you like the best, and share it with your friends. Send it to your mom. I bet she likes me. I'm just kidding. If you enjoy audiobooks, there's a link in the bottom of the description of this video to get a free 30-day trial to Audible. Audible is my favorite. I use it every day. I love listening to audiobooks. Sitting down and reading a book never seems to happen for me, even though I have a huge pile of them in my room. So audiobooks is the way to go. So check that out. And until next time, stay creepy.